right now. Iceland, go! Iceland. I think that's a very good way to describe Iceland. It's just gotta go.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's do it.
Get it
It's,
done.
it's particularly bipolar as a nation. It's pretty weird. It's literally the edge of civilization. I mean, Reykjavik is the northernmost capital in the world. That fact is kind of funny because beyond it, you really don't have the rest of civilization. You know, like yes, you have humans and people, obviously, but this is really where you stop finding connection to the greater world. You know, the nation world. I mean, beyond this, you don't really have nations. You have people just living. So it lives in this very weird place where we're culturally, we're kind of like a part of the world, but nature is still actually a fundamental factor in our lives.
Yeah, I saw it. The renewable energy, I really like it. 99%.
We live in this kind of weird state of being where we're kind of, like everyone, ignoring the world, because everybody lives in cities, But still at the same time, it's really kind of pushing at us, And I mean, we can't ignore the fact that the sun stays up all summer and then you don't have any sun for the rest of the winter, So I guess you could say every Icelander is a little bit bipolar.
Yeah, I get depressed. I don't know. I don't get depressed during the winter. I just start working more because there's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing to do. You just have to work until summer. And yeah.
Like people's thought changes during the summer and the winter. Like every people will get really open-minded in the summertime, and then in the winter it's like.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's ironically how you're trying to excuse our inherent mental dysstability. We're not very stable mentally as a nation. I mean, it has its positive effects. If you, for example, look at our art culture, it's massive. It's ridiculous. I mean, we write the most books per capita in the world. I mean, we have ridiculously many popular artists compared to the fact that there's about 300,000 of us.
Yeah.
We're always very extreme in passion, and in one sense we're kind of nihilistic and we don't really care. So, it's very easy to change our minds. How we just went from homophobic to yes,
We don't give a shit.
our prime minister is a female lesbian, whatever. It took like 3 years, but but we still have our flaws.
That's something I noticed about Britain as well.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with like homophobia and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that like things that people said just on a day-to-day basis would not have flown here. Like people have been like there have been some people punching and shit. Like it's and I remember hearing those things like as a kid in middle school. And then it was okay. Then it was like fuck the homos, right?
Yeah.
But now it's you want to say that here it's more not tolerated in comparison
It's definitely
to
not tolerated, and I wouldn't like a country that
tolerated.
tolerated that kind of
Yeah.
like behavior. And like at least someone has to say like, oh, and you're an asshole, like at the end of that sentence,
Yeah, that's true.
or else it's not really like it's not a country I would like to live in.
Yeah, I mean we have our positive traits that we're very quick to change our minds because we're a small community, so it's easy for us to feel empathy, because everybody kind of knows each other. So if somebody who is disfranchised or has it worse, it's easy for us to feel empathy for them because we probably know someone who knows them. So everybody hobos in Iceland are famous. They're celebrities.
No, it's true.
Wow.
But it does have its flaws. And its main flaw is that we are a very strict community, so we're very unaware of our bigotry when we have it. We don't notice it when it happens because we're all such a close community. So like when we have minorities, sometimes, for example,
Polish
people who
people.
are Polish. It's getting better now with the Polish because
Yeah,
they've been
definitely.
here for a while. But,
And it's
I've noticed
also
it a
because
lot
it's
with
just because
black
they have
people.
children now and
People
they're hanging out with
Are
us.
there black people over here
Not
actually?
really, and that's the issue because we're such a close community. When there are minorities
Yeah.
here that aren't yet integrated, they're very frowned upon.
No, is that
They,
true?
they,
I
they
don't
really
think.
are.
I always thought of like okay, so like I had Sole in my school, so he was like half black, half white. He was from South
Matisse.
Africa,
Yeah.
and he was the fucking coolest person. He still is the coolest person in
Yeah,
school because
but
he's
there's
black,
one
and everyone
thing.
thinking like, oh yeah, he's a rapper kind of guy. Like he's definitely like,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
like they're not like.
No, it's. I think
Nice.
I think growing up as a black person in Iceland is probably like on the positive side.
Oh, definitely. If you belong to the
But
community,
but you have to be
but
a
it
bit of
takes-
a really
we're very,
open type.
we're really open to foreigners. I mean, if you look at like the Thai population that rose in the 90s, for example,
Yeah.
you know, today they're basically Icelanders. But Icelanders really, they're bigoted sometimes by accident because we're used to a close community. We're not used to really being around people we don't know. You know.
Yeah. Obvious.
So there's definitely down factors there, and I mean, I do sometimes notice it where people kind of go like, you know, it's like they're not being like they're not violent or anything towards black people, but they'll accidentally, unconsciously be rude or they'll go like, hey, you know, who's this guy walking into the shop? Like,
I think it's something that you realize that at least I realize that when people are afraid of something,
Yeah.
it's always because they don't know what it is,
exactly.
and the reaction to it is most of the time defensive,
Yes.
and either they will try to break it down,
Yeah.
and in this case it will be the person,
Yeah.
but over time they get to know the person or they get to know that kind of race or
Exactly.
ethnicity, and then they start to adjust and the mind setting adjusts.
Exactly.
But it takes time, I think.
Yeah. But
How's
I
your
agree with.
Experience.
experience here?
I've only been here today. I arrived at 3 p.m. 2 p.m. Arrived here at 3 p.m. I've only seen a couple from the United States. Now you guys. So
Welcome to Iceland.
Scout.
thanks. And I'm really trying to pronounce the names here.
Oh no! Don't try.
There's the thing about like
Yeah.
Icelandic words and names is that the way we structure words is different. We put an emphasis on the first syllable but not the second.
Yeah.
So we go beer, not beer.
All right. Because
So the B is the emphasis.
I also saw a H there today. I was in the Safe Travel.
Yeah.
And the lady was telling me the highest mountain here in Iceland is in Skaftafell Park.
Yeah.
And it's called, it's written with HV, but HV together you pronounce it with a K.
Yeah.
And so she was reading it, I was like, where do you see a K in the beginning? And she was like, oh no. Yeah, and I was like, wait.
What is that?
I was
There's
like,
a lot of silent H's in Icelandic. Because
it's mind blowing.
because
Funny like with the kval,
yeah.
Yeah.
kvalit. It's like if you say H and V, that's will, kvalit. If you say K and V, that's like pain. Kvalit.
That doesn't make it cool.
So I've lived a lot
Ég hef aldrei
abroad,
pælt í því.
and my parents too, and I've discussed this with my family, and we found the most difficult word for anyone to pronounce in Icelandic, and it's nutlungur.
What? Wait a minute, I wasn't prepared for that one.
Nutlungur.
Okay,
It's not like Danish.
Okay, can you say it
where you
one more
drink
time?
more and you're better at it.
Nutlungur.
Knitklunkur or something, no?
No, you do
You
the,
got pretty
you do
good.
the H just with your nose.
Ja, no, jag försöker väl.
Nut.
Knut?
Yeah, that's the impossible.
Yeah, wow.
It's triple L.
What does that mean?
It means just like a piece of rock,
Big stone.
like a big
Wow.
This is a hnullungur.
And you guys can pronounce it.
Hlugurkjallinn. Ég sá því í ræktinum daginn og varst að refsa
Like a
járnunum.
large boulder, basically.
That's okay. I tried. I mean, I can speak several languages with ease, but I find it really difficult to speak and to try to pronounce languages in the Scandinavian area. Like I was in Sweden, and the guy there that I met, a friend of mine, he was also speaking in Swedish, but it was really difficult to understand or at least try to pronounce the words.
What kind of words were you trying to go for?
When I was there.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it. That's how difficult it was.
Because we first of all we have this emphasis on the first syllable rather than the second, like in English. And
English.
We don't really have a W either. W and V is pretty much interchangeable in Icelandic.
Okay.
Kind of like in Japanese you have R and L.
Apparently.
It's kind of like the same. So they say hero and hello.
Yeah, it's true,
Sounds
true.
the same. We have that with V and W. You'll hear Icelanders say it interchangeably. They won't notice it.
And how do they pronounce it? The same.
What and what sounds the same to me.
What and
What and what.
what? And that's the last one is the V. Then I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
the V and the W. They don't hear
Við erum í
it.
viðtali fyrir geðu.
Oh, that's weird. Wow. So in short, in winter, if winter is coming, everyone is more or less depressed. So they try to keep themselves busy.
Yeah.
You can also see it on their clothes.
Oh, really?
It's like people often want to wear black in the winter time, and in the summertime it's like everything is so colorful.
Yeah, joyful.
Pink and yellow.
I'm so excited about being back that I'm just like all black. Black everything.
Yeah, it's been living abroad. So.
And how is the dress code over here? Because I'm wondering, are they all dressed up? Because before I came here, I did some research on Iceland and Reykjavik in particular, and they said that in the city, people always like to dress up when they have the chance to do so.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's still the case.
Yeah, well, they like to be fashionable. Not necessarily dress up in the sense by the traditional dress code.
Yeah.
But being fashionable is definitely. So having if it's cool to have a shitty cat, then it's.
They will do it.
Yeah. It's basically a very fashion oriented. We're very much for the now. We're very like hip
Oh, nice.
as a culture. We're very focused on what's new. We like new things.
And so, in that sense, do you like the fact that there are a lot of tourists coming to Iceland now?
Yes, to a certain extent. Yes, we love it and we hate it. In one sense, a lot of people don't like the fact that
Alls ekki samt, þú veist, þetta ekki þannig.
Airbnb is causing, price rises in apartments and Reykjavik and stuff like that. Personally, I don't give a shit.
15.
I like the fact that there's
allt sem ég
people
gerir
around.
ég gerði með þess að ég byrði teiknamyndir, skellt þeim á YouTube, gerði allt
It's
svona sér.
frustrating for like
En
people
þú veist,
who
málið
are
í raun og veru, þú veist, persónuleiki minn ekki í raun hannað til þess að vera í raun listamaður.
It's like trying to
Eða,
rent down in Manhattan, it's ridiculous.
þú veist, eins og bara eitthvað svona að teikna fyrir,
This is pretty much
ég fann alltaf fyrir því, ég var að teikna, eða þú veist, ég var að búa til teiknamyndir og ég var að hugsa hversu margir eru að fylgjast með. Þegar maður fyrir eitthvað þannig hugafar, þá er maður í raun og veru ekki búið til nýtt, maður er að búa til eitthvað svona.
Yeah, but it's also because the government and the people in charge are building houses downtown, or they're taking up apartments downtown, and they don't really need to. Like 50 at least 70% of the tourists only come here to leave Reykjavik in like 2 minutes. So like I always say, like this is a benefit.
Þetta var svona Rómeó og Júlía dæmi, sko.
In the suburbs, and like tourists would be fine with it because like 15 minutes with a bus is not long for tourists, but for Icelanders it's long because they're usually just living in Reykjavik or in the next town over. So we're not really used to a suburbia. Really.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They always imagine that tourists are the same.
Þetta ástæðan
Foreigners will just think, I'm in the city. I'm taking the bus for 15 minutes. That's too long. So they're always trying to build it all downtown.
En þú
Really, you
veist,
don't
já,
need
þannig að hún fór í
So
skóla í
you
Pólland.
prefer that they build
Yeah,
it a
same
little
Tana.
bit, I mean, outside in the...
Hann var ógeðslega gaman, sko.
No, just outside of the
Og
center.
veit ekki, tekið Hallmar, ég held að hann var
In the suburbs, there's
Þú veist,
very
hann fór
nice
líka
suburbs
hann út,
here.
þannig að við
All
vorum
of the
svona, við
suburbs
erum
of
gimbandi, sko.
Reykjavik are originally towns, so they'll have their town center.
Finnst þið það ekki? Það er alltaf bara fáránlegt, ángríns, þú veist, það er bara eins og hann fór frá svona, nördulegastu nördanum yfir í fallegasti kallan sem ég ekki sem hann
I think
séð,
it's
sko. Ég var bara erfitt með að horfa í
really
burtu,
sad
sko.
that the tourists don't get to see
Oh
that.
yeah, I get it. I get it.
Like, why
Yeah.
not bring them there? You know, we can create jobs there, and you know, so we can revitalize these ancient towns.
Við, það var með Catherine, var
No,
það
I'm
sem kanadíska
of
pían sem
course I
var með.
went tourist downtown. I
Það er alveg fyrir
I
ári
hate
síðan,
the
sko.
idea of
En, ok,
Reykjavik only with
jafnvel bara
Icelandics. I mean, you should have seen it 10 years ago.
munurinn á honum
Nobody
þegar
was
hann
walking
var
down
þá,
the street.
þegar
You know?
No
við
one.
byrjum saman í rektina.
Like maybe not no
no,
one,
but
but
einhver svona,
give an idea.
10%
eitthvað
of the
bara,
population that you see now would live there. You know, like basically nothing.
já,
like
nú
this,
ekki,
I
þú
like
veist, hann er að
now you
æfa
have, like-
leiklista bardaga, sko.
There is life.
Yeah,
Hann
there's
kann ekki
life,
alveg að
there's
berjast,
culture.
en hann lætur á lítið út fyrir eins og hann kann.
So I
Það er
think
það sem
maybe
getur
the
málið,
danger
þetta er
will be
optics, sko.
with so many tourists coming.
Yeah.
There's a risk maybe that you
Já, ég veit ekki, þú veist, ég trúi ekki öðru nema hann sé bara eftir að, þú
There's
veist,
that fact.
líka bara, hann er sniður,
I'm not
hann er
so
mjög sniður.
afraid that we really lose our culture. I'm just afraid that we lose Reykjavik. You know, Icelandic
Yeah.
culture will always live in the suburbs. Or
Æ, já,
I think it's just sad.
hann er alveg
Reykjavik
sko.
has
Þú veist,
become
ég veit það ekki, hann er svona, maður tekur enda eftir því, svona, hann fattar ekki alveg hversu,
But I don't think it's
fáránlega-
that bad yet. I think I'm
flottur hann
fine
er.
with it as it is. I like it. I'm just, if it keeps expanding the way it does, and we have 20 million
Hann er
tourists
svona
coming
rétt svo
here,
byrjaður að því,
maybe,
og það byrja að fara
then
í
we have
tjóðanir,
an
sko.
issue.
Ég skal bara viðurkenna það.
Up till now, what I read it's
Með-
1.7
með-
million tourists.
Exactly.
And that was in 2016 or 17.
Nei, nei,
I'm
ég
not
er
sure.
bara, þú veist,
But
þú
it's
veist, ég
slowing
fórum,
down,
þú
so
veist,
I'm
hvert einskipti
I'm
sem ég
very
fyrir
calm
með hann
about
bar,
it.
þá er það
I
ekki
think
svona,
so.
förum að
might know
barnum, og síðan er svona,
the increase
síðan er
might
stelpan
slow
sem
down.
er,
This is how
Oh,
Icelanders
yeah.
think. They just
Okay.
think
Pókvært með flott
They
hár,
don't
ég
care
stend svona hliðina á svona
if
vandræðilega,
it's increasing,
já,
but if it
jú,
stops
hann er mjög
increasing
flott
as
hár.
much
Ég er bara mjög
That's
sáttur
okay.
með
that's
þetta.
why we had a crisis here, you know. The
The
increase is if we, like
Það
we're,
er nefnilega, það
as
er
soon
alveg
as the
stífæðið,
increase
sko.
starts, we're
Ég
used
veit
to
að
it.
það þekkir ekki alveg,
If it
eða þú veist, ég veit
slows
ekki, kannski
down
eftir
the
með eitthvað
increase,
svona bara
oh wow, then the world's gonna.
eitthvað svona fárlega
We're
sæðislega
always
sem
kind
er
of
svona
like
vinkunni.
we're a nation that just
Þetta er
kind
bara,
of jumps on
þetta
the.
er erfitt, sko.
on the
Þegar ég held að
opportunity.
ég sé ekkert eitthvað, þú veist, ég er ekkert óaðalandi.
I mean,
Þú
we've
ætti ekki að segja
had
neitt.
famines
En-
and cold and shit for thousands of years. So,
En þú veist,
so we
fyrir
just
honum
kinda,
þá er ég
there's
bara
an
eitthvað svona,
opportunity, we
eitthvað svona
grab
tröll.
it.
That's nice. It's really nice. And I saw on Facebook, probably it's
Ég
not
var
gonna be
einmitt,
true.
ég fór rektum með hann og hann tók eitthvað
they
svona aðeins
put
minn en
on
ég og
Facebook
það var ekki að ganga vel hjá hann og ég var svona, æ, þetta er ömlegt hjá þér félagi, þetta er bara, þú veist,
There are so
þetta
many,
gengur betur
there's
næst,
not a lot of
inn í mig,
population
það var
here,
ég
there's
bara,
more women than men.
já,
Yeah, there is.
So the government is
helvítis
paying
með þeim.
5,000.
No, it's
þú
a
átti ekki
myth.
skilja
a
að
myth,
ganga vel
right?
í
It
þessu
was.
líka.
It's just this bullshit story made up by some. I think it was like somewhere in like.
Ok, við, nú ætlum ég bara að fá svona
I
alveg
think in
skoðan.
like
Ætti
Kuwait.
ég svona hári?
They-
Því að
this
eftir
guy
ég svona hálfum
started
hallari,
this
þá er ég bara svona eitthvað
rumor
svona,
to.
ætti ég að fara eitthvað svona
It was like some kind of
vikingalúkkið, skilur.
Facebook hoax or something. But
And
no,
then got spread out.
Í alvörunni.
it's pretty much 50-50 here, you know.
In Reykjavik.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's like, I don't know, maybe 60-40 or something. It's pretty much the same.
Ok,
We're a
það er
very free
einhvern
society.
ég
It
var að
doesn't
hugsa
really
svona meira,
matter. We don't
þú veist,
need
ok.
to get people married.
Allir með svona dirty ass hár, þú veist, ég
not
var að hugsa
relevant to our
svona
nation.
aðeins meira en allir, vera svona smá, svona bad boy lookið, svona,
But you know,
það,
it's fine if somebody wants to come.
það er það bara því síðan
Meet
að
us.
betra, eða er það,
But no, it was like this myth. No, women are not desperate to get married in this country. Marriage
en ok,
is.
byrju, þú ert
You
undan
get
með
married
hár
after
eitthvað
the first
hingað,
3 children,
þannig að þú ert alveg mjög biased, ég veit það alveg.
That's how it goes here.
Pretty
Þannig að það
much,
er eiginlega
yeah.
ekki,
Holy,
það er ekki hægt að
I
meta
didn't
það,
even expect that one.
No, I mean,
Most of the time I heard or what I
Yeah.
thought was that you get married, then you have
ég er bara að
children.
spila strákan eftir, sko.
But here it's not. It's
it's the
not.
opposite.
It's the opposite. You get
You have
children,
children, then maybe you think about getting
Yes,
married.
yes.
but it's not a priority. I see.
Oh,
So
definitely.
guys, I need to go to Björkvöld.
What is that?
Bjórkvöld.
It's a beer night at my school.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's very nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Ali.
Ali?
Yeah.
Sarah.
Sarah. Nice to
Ali.
meet
Nice to meet you. Ali? Ali?
Ali as well.
Ali.
That's my nickname.
Yo, what's your real name?
Alexander.
Oh, it's easy.
Alexander.
I had the guy there, Hjetil or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, fuck that. That's too difficult.
So yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna put it to an end.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah. It's 20 minutes that we're talking about. You know that?
Wow,
sorry?
really?
Yeah, it's already running for 2 minutes.
20, shit.
Yeah.
I need to pee so badly. I've been needing to pee so badly for 20 minutes now. So I think
You gotta take a wee.
I'll call that an end.